NLWN-TV now brings you the In the Dugout show. A look at today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. And now, join us in the dugout.
Hello and welcome to today's edition of In the Dugout. Rick Olson here in the NLWN-TV studios, and we're getting ready to bring you Eau Claire Cavalier baseball as the Cavaliers, who are 10-6 in the Chippewa River Baseball League, get back into league action when they take on the Cadott Red Sox, who at 8-7 are also in the thick of the CRBL playoff race. Now today's game is a makeup game for the second half of June 18th's doubleheader, which was rained out. Now coming up in this edition of In the Dugout, we'll take a look at today's game between the Cavs and the Red Sox. Then we'll get Cavalier manager Ryan Bemnister's perspective on today's game in the Ryan Bemnister Show. Following that, with races being tight, we'll take a quick look around the Chippewa River Baseball League to see where things stand. Also, we'll take a moment to get to know one of this season's Cavalier players in Cavalier Profile. Finally, we'll bring you all the play-by-play action of today's game from Carson Park in Eau Claire. So it's time to get ready for some baseball action, and we'll do just that coming up right after this brief timeout. You're tuned to In the Dugout on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Part-time job, full-time hustle, all-time Shiro to all of us. You nurture, we listen. You teach, we thrive. You lift our spirits, but we've got to lay down the truth. It's time for you, our Shiro, to stretch for the stars. A free online chat can give you the personalized tips you need to start boosting your retirement savings today. Start saving more for retirement so you can feel prepared and live your life to the fullest. Visit aceyourretirement.org.
Welcome back to In the Dugout. Very shortly, the Eau Claire Cavaliers will take on the Cadott Red Sox from Carson Park in Eau Claire in another very critical CRBL contest in the wild card race. The Cavaliers are coming off a suspended game with the Eau Claire Rivermen, where the Cavs were leading in the bottom of the fourth inning 1-0 when the skies opened and washed the rest of the game away. Up to that point in that game, the Cavaliers were being led at the plate by Cole Timon's home run to lead off the bottom of the second inning.
Here's the pitch. Fly ball out into center field. It's hit hard. It's hit long, and it's gone! A home run for Cole Timon! His second in 3 games over the Pepsi sign in left field. And touch him all, Cole Timon. I stole your line there, Ben. I don't know if I'm safe to throw my line, Rick, but I don't care. Touch him all, Ty!
In that game, the bats appeared to be coming alive with, in addition to Timon's home run, Xavier Bemnister, Cooper Kapanke, Luke Erickson, and Jack Redwine also picked up hits. On the mound, Lucas Costley was well on his way to another outstanding pitching performance, going 4 innings and allowing only a bunt single and striking out 3. He had faced only 15 batters in his 4 innings of work. Now that game will be resumed on Sunday, June 30th at Fairfax Field in Eau Claire, with the game in the bottom of the 4th inning, with the Cavaliers batting with 1 out and a runner on first. Now today the Cavaliers will take on the Cadott Red Sox, who are right in the thick of the CRBL wildcard race. These two teams met back on June 18th in what was supposed to be a doubleheader, with the Red Sox coming out on top 7-1 in Game 1. Well, then the rains came and washed out Game 2. So here we are today. Now in that game on June 18th, the Red Sox were led at the plate by center fielder Eli Johnson, who went 2 for 4 and scored a run. The Red Sox only collected 5 hits en route to scoring the 7 runs, with Jack Klein, Cole Backham, and Henry Wilkerson adding to the 2 hits by Johnson. Wilkerson went the distance on the mound for the Red Sox, allowing just 1 run on only 4 hits while striking out 9 Cavalier batters. Now, since Wednesday's game is suspended, the events in that game won't become official until that game is completed. So, coming into tonight's game, leading the way for the Cavaliers at the plate is Caden Erickson, who's hitting at a .340 pace and has driven in 10 RBI on 33 hits, including 8 doubles. Right behind Erickson with a .324 batting average is Cooper Kapanke, who has 23 hits, including 6 doubles. Campbell Kapanke at .305 rounds out the Cavaliers hitting over .300. On the mound, the Cavaliers are being led by Lucas Costley. He's posted a 6-0 record with a 2.16 ERA and has struck out 48 in his 50 innings pitched, including 3 complete games. Andrew Milner has a 2.88 ERA with a 3-2 record and leads the team in strikeouts with 61 in 40 2/3 innings pitched. As a staff, the Cavaliers have a combined ERA of 4.72 with a whip of 1.75. Now, coming up next, following this timeout, we'll get manager Ryan Bemnister's perspective as we chat with him on The Ryan Bemnister Show. You're tuned to In the Dugout on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Let NLWN-2 and the Northern Light Webcasting Network bring you some tough semi-pro gridiron action. Our next broadcast will be on Saturday, July 22nd, when we will bring you the Eau Claire Cavaliers taking on the Madison Mad Dogs from Verona, Wisconsin. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-2 begins with Cowboy Kickoff at 2:40 p.m. That's live Eau Claire Cowboy football on Saturday, July 22nd on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-2.
The Goat Coffee House on Water Street in Eau Claire presents The Ryan Bemnister Show, where Cavalier manager Ryan Bemnister gives us his perspective on today's game. And now, The Ryan Bemnister Show.
Once again, we're at the Goat Coffee House talking with Cavalier manager Ryan Bemnister. And Ryan, today the Cavaliers are going to take on the Cadott Red Sox in a really important Chippewa River Baseball League game. But before we get to that, back on Wednesday evening, the Cavaliers and the Eau Claire Rivermen were battling until Mother Nature stepped in and put a halt to the festivities. After 3.5 innings, Cavaliers were leading 1-0. Can you fill the fans in on what's going to happen with that game?
We're going to pick it right up where we left off on the 30th, which is a Sunday, I believe. And we're going to be over at Fairfax Park. I just couldn't get Carson Park reserved, so we're going to be over at Fairfax at 12:30 that day. It'll be the bottom of the third, or the bottom of the fourth, I'm sorry. I believe we got a guy on first, and Cole's up.
One out runner on first.
Yeah, 2-2 count, something like that. So it'll be picked up right there where we left off. Per rules, it's got to be the same lineup, same everything, so we're hoping everybody can make it to that game. Otherwise, we have to make some adjustments from there, but, you know, substitution rules are substitution rules.
And I was going to say, and if somebody isn't there when someone comes in, it's just a lineup substitution like you would have as if the game had never stopped.
Yep.
Okay, well, in that game, the part of it that we did get to play, Cole Timon put a shot over the left field fence that gave the Cavs that 1-0 lead in the second inning. Can you talk a little bit about how Timon's bat has really started to come around?
Yeah, in the last probably about 10 games or so, he's really started to swing the bat really well. He was swinging the bat earlier in the year, just wasn't getting any luck. You know, he was finding spots he was putting in play, but didn't find any spots for the ball to fall. So, but he's got 2 home runs last week or so, so I think his power's back. I think his timing's on. You know, and he hit the home run and Bloomer against a guy that threw pretty hard. And then this guy here is more of a changeup guy that we were seeing against the Rivermen. He was able to put the wood on that, so that was really nice to see. So you know he's seeing the ball well and he's swinging well. So that's a good thing to see.
And that shot at Carson Park on Wednesday, when it left the bat, you just heard it crack. Mm-hmm. From the moment it cracked the bat, you could tell this one was going to go a long distance.
Yeah, and the outfielders didn't really move much. They took a few running steps back, and that was about it.
Yeah,
then they just watched. So they knew it too. So
now there was an unfortunate part of the weather that was Lucas Costley. It looked like he was having another outstanding pitching performance, going 4 innings. The only hit that he gave up was a bunt single, and he struck out 3 in those 4 innings, only walked 1. Talk a little bit about what Costley has going on right now.
He's on, and that's kind of what he always is. You know, big game pitcher is what we call him. So And that's a nice thing will be when we go and play him on Sunday. He's probably going to have a good 5 days rest, so we'll put him right back out there and he'll be fine to go. So
technically, he's got 3 complete games. If he goes out on Sunday the 30th and throws the next 5 innings, he gets 5 innings of work and gets a complete game out of it.
Yeah, basically that's it. And it's kind of nice to only ask him to throw 5 for you. Because usually you're looking at constantly throwing 6, 7, 8 innings type of thing, and he's one of those guys that doesn't like you to take him out of the lineup. So it's good to see him throwing as well as he is this year. He threw really well for us last year too, but this year he took another step up.
In my untrained eye, it almost looks like there's more of a maturity level in the way he's throwing this year. Last year he just went in and threw and it was just raw talent. This year he's honed that talent, it seems.
Yeah, like. and he did pick up another pitch or 2 over at Stout, working and stuff like that. And he actually got on the mound for Stout this year, which really helps out those guys that pitch in the summertime, getting a chance to see those college players and get you kind of geared up ready for the CRBL, which is very similar to a college atmosphere, considering how many college players play in this division. I think he's more comfortable, more mature. Having another pitch, having more confidence in his other 2 pitches goes a long ways too.
Now today the Cavs face the Cadott Red Sox, who are also competing in that wild card race in the CRBL. What can you tell us about the Red Sox?
Well, they're a younger team than they were last year. They beat us earlier in the season. They had a good pitching performance. Our lineup has been submitted for this game because it was a rain out. Technically, okay. We're picking it up right where we left off, which is a third of an inning in.
That's a little mind-boggling, isn't it?
It is, but it is the rule. I did look it up, and it is the rules now. It's as of 4 years ago. This is what the MLB does and everything else. So as silly as it sounds, which is unfortunate for us because we're short 9 players tonight. So if you do the math, we only have 18 guys on the roster, or actually 17 guys on the roster technically. So we had to go and do our July call-ups for this game tonight. It's going to be a tough one because we got 3 guys that haven't been on a baseball field since high school. But that's what happens. This is a CRBL. Every game's important, and no matter what, you got to play them. And I'm not going to forfeit a game just because we couldn't move it. So we're going to put a couple guys out there. They're baseball players. One's an athlete and 2 are baseball players. So the athlete's going to be a pinch runner for us, and in case there's an injury, he's going to come in. But outside of that, we got Costley on the mound. He only threw a couple of, 4 innings on Wednesday, so a couple days ago. Hopefully his arm's rested enough to give me like 2. If he can give me 2 or 3 solid ones, we're turning it over to Milner, and Milner's kind of fired up about this because he wants this game really bad. It was going to be his start, but considering where we are, where we have to put everybody back in the same position, it would be a waste of a player, so I can't do that because I'm already limited on my players. So.
Well, and Costley was the pitcher of record at the time the rains came, and so he's the one that technically was already carved in stone in that lineup card.
Yeah, and the bonus part about this is it's a 7-inning game and not a 9-inning game because it's part of a doubleheader that we did start. So that saves us a little bit on a couple innings there for pitching wise. I'll have Tyson Tyson Woodcock will be available also. He'll be there, so that'll be good. But when you see the lineup tonight, you're going to go, who's that? And who's that? Okay, they're going to be in the starting lineup.
Sounds like an Abbott and Costello routine.
Yeah, it's going to be who's in center and who's in left.
First base.
Well, I know who's going to be on first base.
He better be.
So it's.
We could take this on the road.
We could. This is fun. This is actually making me smile considering how mad I am about this. It's an unfortunate situation. There's nothing we can do about it. We're going to give it our best, like the Cavs will always do. I hope we come out on top. We've got 2 of our best pitchers pitching for us, so if our offense can come through and scrape off 2 or 3 runs on them, I think we have a good chance of winning today.
This might be a night where you manufacture runs the old-fashioned way?
Yeah, we're going to do a lot of that. Like I said, the lineup's going to look really, really odd. The only 2 guys in the lineup that are normal positions is Caden in the leadoff and Gabe in right at batting 3. Outside of that, it's all over the place.
And Gabe has some good power. Maybe that can come through. Well,
I'm
Ryan,
hoping so.
good luck on tonight's game. Hopefully the Cavaliers can find a way to continue that drive for the wild card playoff spot.
Hope so.
You've been tuned to the Ryan Bempnister Show presented by the Goat Coffee House on Water Street in Eau Claire. With Cavalier manager Ryan Bempnister's outlook on today's game. Stay tuned. More of In the Dugout is coming right up.
Honey, the kids are antsy. What can we do that will keep all of us entertained and won't break the bank?
How about we take them to the Cavaliers game? Tickets are inexpensive, there's popcorn, hot dogs, and other baseball treats, and great baseball action.
That's right, Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball, your best choice for affordable family entertainment. Check out the schedule at www.eauclaircavaliers.org.
Welcome back to In the Dugout, as we're getting ready to bring you all the action of today's all-important CRBL makeup game between the Eau Claire Cavaliers and the Cadott Red Sox. Now, since things are quite close in the Chippewa River Baseball League playoff race, this seems like it would be a good time to take a look at the Chippewa River Baseball League just to see where things stand. Now, back on Wednesday, the game between the Cavaliers and the Eau Claire Rivermen was halted due to severe weather after 3.5 innings, with the Cavaliers on top 1-0, and will be continued on Sunday, July 30th. Now, the Osseo Merchants defeated the Eau Claire Bears 4-1, and the Augusta Athletics were topped by the Beef River Bullfrogs 11-6. Now, that leaves the league standings as follows. In the North, the 17-3 Tilden Tigers have locked up the division title and hold a 6.5 game lead over the 8-7 Cadott Red Sox. Meanwhile, the Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks have climbed into third place at 8-9, 7.5 games behind, while the Jim Falls Sturgeons are 9 games out at 6-10, and the 5-12 Bloomer Woodticks are 10.5 games back. In the South, the 17-2 Osseo Merchants are the division champs and hold a 5.5 game lead over the 10-6 Eau Claire Cavaliers, while the 10-7 Eau Claire Bears and Eau Claire Rivermen are 6 games back. The 2-15 Beef River Bullfrogs occupy 5th place, and the Augusta Athletics are 1-16 in 6th. In the wild card race for the 2 remaining spots in the playoffs, the Cavaliers are leading the way with the Eau Claire Bears and the Eau Claire Rivermen tied just a half a game back. The Cadott Red Sox are 1.5 games back, and the Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks are 2.5 out. The Cavaliers hosting the Red Sox is the only CRBL action this evening. Now, coming up next, following this timeout, we'll get to know one of this season's Eau Claire Cavalier players on Cavalier Profile. You're tuned to In the Dugout on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Let NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network take you out to the ballgame. Our next broadcast will be on Sunday, July 23rd, when we will bring you the Cavaliers taking on the La Crescent Cardinals from Carson Park. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-TV begins with the In the Dugout show at 12 noon. That's live Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball on Sunday, July 23rd on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Time now to get to know a Cavalier player on Cavalier Profile. We'll get to know a little better who plays on this year's Eau Claire Cavalier baseball team. And now, Cavalier Profile.
How'd that season go? Yeah, is with the Cavaliers, and wow, that's pretty good plan right there. So, when did you start playing baseball?
4 or 5, started right at T-ball, and have played ever since.
It's kind of hard to put down once you start, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's fun.
So, aside from the Cavaliers, would then St. Mary's be the highest level you've played?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay. How would you compare playing at the collegiate level with playing summer ball with the Cavaliers? Okay. All right. Can you fill us in on your most memorable experience and that for baseball, either as a player or as something you might have seen from the stands?
Most memorable moment would be winning state in my junior year of high school.
That was with?
North, Eau Claire North.
Okay. And how about your family and those people that are cheering for you at Cavs games?
Yeah, my mom and dad are here. They'll come down from the cabin to watch me play. My grandma, who turned 81 yesterday, she comes out for games sometimes.
Okay. A few rapid fire questions for you. Pie, ice cream, cake, or cookies?
Cookies.
Which kind?
Chocolate chip.
Oh, the good old standby.
Yep.
You can't go wrong with good chocolate chip. All right. Store-bought or homemade?
Homemade, definitely.
I'm with, nuts or no nuts?
Nuts.
Okay.
Yep.
This guy likes the good cookies. All right. Your favorite color and why?
Green. I don't know, it's nature. It's just a nice color to look at.
Okay. If you could have a superpower, what would it be and why?
Probably super strength, so I can hit the ball real far.
Pretty good plan there. All right. If you have a superpower like super strength, you have to have a superhero name to go with it. So what's Jackson's superhero name?
The Magnificent Jacks.
Okay, Magnificent Jacks. All right, we'll go with that. Your favorite major league team as you were growing up?
Twins.
All right. And was there a particular player that inspired you or that you kind of patterned your play after?
I really like Joe Mauer and Justin Morneau growing up, obviously being a Twins fan.
The M&M boys.
Yep.
Okay. All right. We're talking with Jackson Vance here on Cavalier Profile. And Jackson, when you're not playing baseball, what are we going to find you doing?
I guess I'll be disc golfing, out on the lake, working out. That's usually it, or working.
Okay, all right. And so when people come to watch Cavalier games and they want to find that Jackson Vance character, what number should they be looking for and where on the field should they be looking?
5, middle infielder, really anywhere, I guess.
Okay, we want to thank Jackson Vance for joining us today on Cavalier Profile. Coming up next, more In the Dugout.
This has been Cavalier Profile, where we get to know a little better who plays on the Cavalier baseball team. Stay tuned, more In the Dugout coming right up.
The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right, as a thank you for your service, any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
Welcome back to In the Dugout. Today the Cavaliers face off against the Cadott Red Sox in a game that could go a long way toward determining who gets into the CRBL playoffs. The Cavaliers are a game ahead of the Red Sox in the loss column in the wild card race. However, should the Red Sox win, they would own the tiebreaker in head-to-head games with the Cavaliers. So a Cavalier win would be mighty big. Now tonight the Cavaliers are a little short-handed, so it's a great opportunity for some of the Cav players to step up and show that they are of playoff caliber. The Red Sox also have their eye on a CRBL wildcard spot, and they would like to demonstrate that the improvement they've shown over their 3-15 finish last season is no fluke. Now that all means that you're about to see some exciting Cavalier baseball, and we'll have it for you right here on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Now in just a moment I'll be joining the rest of our broadcast crew at Carson Park as we'll bring you all the action of today's game between the Eau Claire Cavaliers and the Cadott Red Sox. That's coming up next. You've been tuned to In the Dugout on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
You've been watching the In the Dugout show with a look at today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. This has been a presentation of NLWN-TV. Stay tuned. Coming up next is live Eau Claire Cavalier baseball. It happens to everyone eventually. Your computer goes on the fritz. Fear not, Sladen's Technology Services can help. When your computer decides to not cooperate, it can be very frustrating. Let Sladen's Technology Services keep you from wanting to drive your computer right off a cliff. Sladen's Technology Services supports business of all sizes. They offer assistance with managed anti-malware, encrypted email, fast tech support, data backup, and recovery, and more. Call Sladen's Technology Services at 715-864-2833 and get the IT help you desire. Sladen's Technology Services is the official IT service for the Northern Light Webcasting Network. Eau Claire Cavalier baseball is on the air. The Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV proudly brings you today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. Join us as we follow the Cavs while they battle their way through the Chippewa River Baseball League.
Fly ball into left field. Could it be? Could it be? Way back. Toss the fence and it's out of here. It's a 3-run home run and the Cavaliers take the lead.
And now, out to the ballpark for coverage of today's game.
And good evening and welcome to Carson Park. Rick Olson along with Ben Ryder, Cassie Johnson-Nelson on the computer, and Jeremy DeGrosse on the camera. And we're ready to bring you the rest of the story, as Paul Harvey used to say, as the Cavaliers are going to continue the game that they started back on June 18th against the Cadott Red Sox. This was the second half of a doubleheader. And the rains came partway into the game. Not very far into the game, but partway into the game. And this game will be continued at that point. And in fact, when we get to playing the game, we're in the top of the first inning. The Red Sox will be at bat. There's a 3-1 count on the hitter with one out, and there will be a runner on third base. Ben, real quickly, why don't you go ahead and give us the starting lineups for the Cadott Red Sox?
Sure. Batting first, Chad Crone. Batting second, Carter Hesselman. Batting third, Jonah Hansen. Batting fourth, Cole Buckham. Batting fifth, Eli Johnson. Batting sixth, Zach Merritt. Batting seventh, Austin Gadel. Batting eighth, Logan Brzezinski. Batting ninth, Sean.
Sedlacek.
Thank you. Batting 10th, Tony Riley.
Yeah, that is one of those names. And and that's not exactly the lineup they had when the game got called by rain. So Carter Hesselman is replacing Jack Kine, and also replacing Sam Feck is Austin Gadel. Logan Brzezinski is replacing Henry Wilkerson, and Sean Sedlacek is replacing Ryan Smith in that lineup. Cavaliers have a bunch of replacements as well. Let's go ahead and go through the Cavalier lineup.
Batting first, Caden Erickson. Batting second, Cody Dayton. Batting third, Gabe O'Brien. Batting fourth, Luke Erickson. Batting fifth, Tyson Woodcock. Batting sixth, the Cuban Missile Crisis, Jack Redwine. Batting seventh, Andrew Rudd. Batting eighth, Ashton Crowell. Batting ninth, Ben Boda.
And a couple of new names on there. Andrew Rudd is going to be playing third base for the Cavaliers today, and Ashton Crowell is out in left field getting the start. They are July call-ups for the Cavaliers, and so they're new to the Cavaliers lineup. Cody Dayton is going to be behind the plate as Cole Timon is not here. There's a lot of Cavaliers not here tonight. In the dugout show, Ryan Bemnister was talking about this a little bit and how short-handed he is, and he had to make these call-ups. So Cody Dayton in a spot where basically he's played it once before, and most of these guys we've seen out there. Tyson Woodcock's played a fair number of games over at first base, but we have neither of the Kapanke boys here today. Jack Redwine was the designated hitter the first time these two teams met. And like we said, Rudd and Crowell are in there. Ben Boda at short, he's pretty steady over there. So the Cavaliers have a lineup that's not totally foreign, a couple of new players, but the ace in the hole that they have is on the mound tonight. They have Lucas Costley throwing. Now, Costley did go 4 innings just a couple nights ago in that rain-shortened and suspended game against the Eau Claire Rivermen. But he didn't throw very many pitches in that, nor did he, well, he faced a total of 15 batters in 4 innings of work. And so we are very fortunate. And Costley was the pitcher of record at the time that this game was suspended due to rain. And I see manager Ryan Bemnister bringing out the cart, and they're going to pull the tarp off. It was raining here just a few minutes ago, not too long ago anyway. And he's going to get a couple of his players out there to start grabbing pieces of tarp and getting it off. And while they take care of that, and while the Red Sox do their infield warm-ups, and he's trying to hit fly balls out to the outfield, and he popped that one 10 feet from him. There we go. That one's kind of in the outfield. So we're going to take this time out on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Jason, let's go see your room.
How was it? Is it good?
Hey guys, it's me, Isabella Gomez, filling in for Smokey Bear because he's got more to say than just...
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Like, if you're outside enjoying a barbecue, don't let a hamburger distract you from fire safety. Make sure you aren't dumping your hot coals or ashes onto the ground because that could start a wildfire. So take wildfire prevention seriously and let's save the world one day at a time. Juntos con Smokey Bear, podemos hacerlo. Go to smokeybear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
Hey, can you chop the pineapple? Chop the pineapple.
Nope. I'm high. How about I wash off the grapes?
Yes.
Okay.
You're already making good decisions when you're high.
I want tacos. Will you drive? I'm a little toasty.
Nope. I'm high. Let's order in.
Don't make an exception when it comes to driving. If you feel different, you drive different.
Life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome. Prediabetes does. 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, but with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. And you can change the outcome. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test today. Go to doihaveprediabetes.org.
Let NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network bring you some tough semi-pro gridiron action. Our next broadcast will be on Saturday, July 22nd, when we will bring you the Eau Claire Cavaliers taking on the Madison Mad Dogs from Verona, Wisconsin. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-TV begins with Cowboy Kickoff at 2:40 p.m. That's live Eau Claire Cowboy football on Saturday, July 22nd on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
If I could be you, and you could be me for just 1 hour. If we could find a way to get inside each other's minds. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Well, before you abuse, criticize, and accuse, walk a mile in my shoes.
And we're back here at Carson Park getting ready to play ball. The sun is now out, and it looks like we're going to have a nice night for some baseball action. Hey, don't forget to join us on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-2 tomorrow as the Eau Claire Cavaliers football team wraps up their 2023 season when they travel down to Verona, Wisconsin to take on the Madison Mad Dogs. Coverage begins at 2:30 with Cowboy kickoff, followed by live play-by-play action. And it's probably going to be closer to 2:45 when coverage is going to start for that game. So, yeah, that's what my schedule looks like after this game is done. Hop in the car and head down to the Madison area for football tomorrow. And then come right back up here for more Cavalier baseball on Sunday against the Crescent Cardinals. A lot of sports activities with Eau Claire teams this weekend. In case you're not a fan of going out to Country Jam or something like that, which is a really fun time in its own right. We're kind of enjoying watching the Cadott Red Sox do their, what Ryan likes to call ins and outs. Sean Gadel is hitting the fungos out to the fielders, and, you know, a lot of people think that that's a real easy thing to do. And Gadel is discovering it's not nearly as easy as it looks. There were a few that, Ben, he popped him straight up in the air. I was afraid he was going to hit himself in the head with a ball.
Yeah, had all I could do to keep a straight face. That was really fun watching him.
Mine wasn't straight, I'll be honest with you. I don't want to. And now he's hitting ground balls to the infield and driving it straight into the ground. And there, now he wants to hit ground balls, and now he hits a fly ball to the outfield. Sure, that's the way it goes. But anyway, it is a lot more difficult than people think. And some people are able to do it, and sometimes not so much.
I was fortunate. I had a really good coach, and at every level that I played at for infield, outfield batting practice.
Warming up down in the bullpen for the Red Sox is Cole Backham. He's going to be on the mound. He's replacing who was going to be the starting pitcher, Zach Thiese. But when we pick up the game, it will be in the top of the first inning. So basically, Backham is pretty much the starting pitcher, except that here's an important point. Thiese was announced because technically you have to start with the same lineup that you had announced at the time the game was suspended. And so Thiese was the announced pitcher. So that means that he's done pitching. Unless he can, and I'm not sure on the re-entry rule how it works at this level. If you can bring a pitcher back in as a pitcher. I wasn't aware that you could. I thought that a pitcher, once he's substituted for, can come back in on a re-entry, same spot in the batting order, but has to go to a field position, not to the mound. But I could be way off base, all puns intended, on that one.
I'm in agreement with you. If things change, I will let you know.
Well, we'll find out. And here's how we got where we're at. In the top of the first inning, the first batter up was Chad Cron, and he flew out to left field to Campbell Kapanke, who is not here tonight and is being replaced by Ashton Crowell. And then Jack Kine drew a walk. He stole second, advanced to third on a wild pitch, and then the skies cut loose. And Kine is being replaced by Carter Hesselman, who I'm under the assumption is supposed to be the runner at third when we get things started. Carter Hesselman, the former Cavalier pitcher, and was very effective as a pitcher. Now the Cavs are going to go out and take the pitching mound tarp off. I see Caden Erickson and Ryan Bemnister. Ben Boda, and also out there is Blake Bemnister. That's the newest of the Bemnister crew. We have Ryan as the manager. Xavier, who's not here today, is oftentimes the center fielder. And now we have Blake. So Paul Osman is umpiring behind the plate. And Denny Whiteside. And yeah, Denny Whiteside will be on the bases. So we are just about ready. There will not be a national anthem because it is a suspended game, and that was already played. Actually, it was a suspended game from a doubleheader, so it was played before game one. So it was played over a month ago. I guess that's good enough.
I'm going to give you one stat you didn't know.
Okay.
One of our umpires tonight struck out Reggie Jackson in spring training.
I would bet that's Paul Osman.
You are correct.
And I'm hearing from your father that Denny was a goalie for the Eau Claire Rockets hockey team. That's what makes Denny so tough down there. Actually, I enjoy Denny behind the plate when he's there because it's real clear whether it's a ball or a strike. He's very demonstrative with his arm motions. Plus, he also likes the corners. And so, well, Lucas Costley out on the mound waiting for the rest of his team to join him as Ryan Bemnister's having a few words with them down along the third baseline. And Cody Dayton behind the plate. In fact, taking a look at the Cavaliers defensively, Cody Dayton behind the plate, Andrew Rudd over at third, Ben Boda will be at short, Caden Erickson in his usual second base spot, and Tyson Woodcock over at first. Out in the outfield, Ashton Crowell in left, Luke Erickson in center, and Gabe O'Brien in right. So the Cavaliers take the field, and we're getting ready to play ball.
Lineup for your Eau Claire Cavaliers, playing third base, number 6, Caden Erickson.
Well, now I guess that's a change. They made a change defensively.
Gabe O'Brien. Batting fourth, and plays center field.
Caden Erickson is playing third base.
Luke Erickson. Playing first base, number 12, Tyson Allen Woodcock. The DH is number 20, Jack Redwine. Playing second base is number 18, Andrew Rudd.
So Erickson and Rudd switched from third to first.
Ashton Kroll. And shortstop, number 17, Ben Boda.
So we'll make those adjustments on our lineup sheets, and we are just about ready to go.
Cavs pitcher Lucas Costley coming in with a 2.16 ERA with 6 wins on the season.
Now batting, number 15, Jonah Hansen, the catcher.
So Jonah Hansen comes up. He's got a 3-1 count. And Carter Hesselman is on third.
And now we're back underway. Pop up out into the outfield. Erickson coming in. And it falls into no man's land. Hesselman's going to come in and score. It was backed up nicely by Lucas Costley. And Hanson starts things off with a double. So Hesselman scores. And Colt Backham is at the plate. Runner on second, one out. Runner takes a lead at second, and shot out into right field, moving over is David Bryant, who makes the catch. 2 down.
Now batting for the Red Sox, number 1, the center fielder, Eli.
And we're going to get Eli Johnson. He went 2 for 3 in the first game of this doubleheader. And that was low for a ball. Paul Osman behind the plate, calling balls and strikes. Hanson takes a lead at second. And the pitch. Check swing. Called strike. Paul Osman is one of those umpires that makes the call right out in front of his body and is really hard to see. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 down. Costley delivers. That missed the outside corner. 2 balls and a strike. Costley at the belt. He looks at second. And we have time called. Costley taking a little too long, I think. That Johnson wanted time. And the pitch. That one missed low. 3 balls and a strike. And the pitch. Ground ball foul down the third base line. Full count to Eli Johnson. Hanson with his lead at second. Costley takes a peek over there and now delivers. Inside, ball 4. So Johnson draws a walk. It's going to bring up Zach Merritt. Merritt went 0 for 2 in the first game of this doubleheader. Now, bear in mind, the first game of this doubleheader was over a month ago. But that's when he went 0 for 2. Runners at first and second, 2 down. Costley delivers. Strike called on the outside corner. Costley looking in, now looks at second, and he delivers. Pop-up foul out of play. No balls and 2 strikes. Costley delivers. Fouled out of play on the right side.
That foul ball was sponsored by Cavaliers Sports.
Count holds at 0-2. Costley at the belt. The 0-2 pitch. Ground ball over to short. Boda can't get there. Hansen rounds third. And he comes in and scores. So it's an RBI single for Zach Merritt. As Hansen comes in to score. And Johnson checks in at second. Austin Gadel is at the plate. He is the extra hitter. Here's the pitch. That's a strike called. Outside third of the plate. Costley delivers. That's a little low for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Costley looks over at second, and he delivers. Swing and a miss, strike 2. He threw that one by him. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 down, 2 on, 2 in. We're in the top of the first inning. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Gadel goes down swinging. So, for the Cadott Red Sox, in the top of the first inning, they picked up 2 runs on 2 hits. There were no errors, and 2 were left on base. We've completed a half inning of play, and the score, Cadott 2 and the Cavaliers coming to bat on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
I love the pizza we get when we go to Gino's Pizza.
That's because Gino's has been voted best pizza in the Chippewa Valley 5 years in a row.
I think it's because Gino's uses the freshest ingredients, premium quality meats, cheeses, savory spices, and zesty toppings, and all served with attention to detail.
Now you're making me hungry. Let's head to Gino's Pizza.
Scott and the rest of the folks at Gino's Pizza would like to invite you to come out and try the area's best pizza. Call about Monday through Wednesday dine-in specials at 715-835-2000. That's Gino's Pizza at 5110 Fairview Drive, Eau Claire, right next to Chaos Water Park.
Back here at Carson Park, and our Gino's player of the game today is Ben Boda, Cavalier shortstop. So mention Ben Boda's name when you go out to Gino's, and you'll get yourself a free soft drink. And if he manages to score, well, you'll get a free appetizer for your table. Now, the last time I remember Ben Boda being our Gino's player of the game, I believe was down in Augusta. And he came through for us and got us free appetizers in that one. Because I remember I was talking with Ben while he was in, before the game started, or between innings or something, and he had been really struggling, hitting the ball hard, but right at people. And I made the comment that I had a gut feeling that some of those were going to start falling in, and he doubled in that game and came around and scored. And got us some appetizers out at Gino's, and nice work, Ben. Let's see you do it again today.
I'm with you.
I was going to say, I know Ben's ready for that.
I'm not going to argue.
From one Ben to another.
Let's go, Ben.
Cole Beckham warming up out on the mound. The Red Sox defensively, Jonah Hansen behind the plate, Zach Merritt at third. Chad Cron is out at shortstop. Jack Kine is at second. I don't think so. No, it's not, and I didn't write it down. Because whoever's the second baseman is being DH'd for. See if you can pick up a number on that second baseman when he turns around. Carter Hesselman's over at first. Sean Sedlacek
is out in left. Eli Johnson in center. Tony Riley in right. So coming to the plate, Caden Erickson for the Cavaliers. Erickson comes into the game with a .340 batting average, leading the Cavaliers in hitting. Backham winds and delivers. Swing and a miss. Fastball. Erickson a little under that one. Here's the wind and the 0-1 pitch. Swing and foul back into the screen. No balls, 2 strikes to Caden Erickson. Backham starts his motion. The 0-2 pitch. Strike 3 called on the inside corner. Erickson goes down looking. That's going to bring up Cody Dayton, the catcher.
Coming up to bat for Cavaliers, number 25, Cody Dayton.
Dayton batting .214 on the season. And the pitch is outside for a ball. And that one's inside for a ball. 2 balls, no strikes to Cody Dayton. Here's the wind in the pitch. That's high for a ball, 3-0. Gabe O'Brien on deck. You know, when the teams arrived today, there was a stiff breeze blowing out to right field. Now that flag is just hanging limp out there in center field. And there's a strike on the inside corner. Backham's getting the over pitch. Dayton was taking all the way. 3 balls and 1 strike. Here's the 3-1 pitch. And that's low for ball 4. So Cody Dayton draws a walk. Gabe O'Brien, the right fielder, coming to the plate.
The right fielder, number 47, Gabe O'Brien.
O'Brien's batting average is dipped below 300. Oh, we have a courtesy runner going in out there. And the courtesy runner is Blake Bemnister. There's the pitch. It's high for a ball. Backham looking in, and he delivers. High and away, ball 2. Six out of the last 7 pitches have been out of the strike zone. And the pitch. Swung on and fouled back. I think O'Brien might like to get that one back. Throw over to first. Bemnister back in safely. That's more of a, just to let you know I'm paying attention. Throw over to first. Here's the pitch. Line shot out into center field for a base hit. Bemnister is going to hold up at second as O'Brien singles to center field. Luke Erickson coming to the plate.
Erickson coming in with a 208 batting average.
The center fielder, Luke Erickson.
So the Cavs have 2 runners on, 1 out. Trailing 2-0 in the bottom of the first. Back him at the stretch. And the pitch. That's outside for a ball. One ball, no strikes, 2 on, 1 out. And the 1-0 pitch. Inside, it almost got him. Erickson steps back in. 2-0 the count. Fastball high for a ball. 3 balls, no strikes. Erickson will be taking on this. Load the bases up if they can. Beckham delivers. And that's a strike on the outside corner. So the count's 3-1. And that one got Erickson right in the middle of the bat. And that loads the bases. So, stepping up is Tyson Woodcock.
Woodcock coming in with a 0.91 batting average on the season.
But he got a couple hits just the other day, and boy, was the place excited to see that.
It was very nice to see.
There's the pitch. Outside for ball. It gets away from the catcher, Hansen. And in to score is Bemnister.
Fans are fired up here. It might have been the spark the Cavs need.
So 1 ball, no strikes. And it's now 2-1. Blake Bemnister, the youngest of the Bemnisters. Here's the pitch. Fouled way off on the right side. Almost looked like Blake started to slide into the plate a little bit early. He dove in, and it reminded me of that scene in Major League where the Wesley Snipes comes up about 2 feet short of the bag when he's trying to steal. Foul ball over on the left side. But Bemnister made it just fine.
He did the job.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Tyson Woodcock. Here's the pitch. Foul back. He's hanging tough.
That's what you like to do. You like to make that throw pitcher throw pitches.
Beckham's pitch. Line shot out at center field, a base hit. That's going to score 2 runs. And Tyson Woodcock with a single to center field. He went to second base on the throw to the plate. But he got 2 RBI.
Everyone on the Cavaliers is now on their feet. Boy, are they excited, and boy, is that nice to see.
And the Cavs have taken the lead. Cavs on top 3-2. Jack Redwine at the plate. Cole Backham steps off the rubber. Woodcock heads back over to second. We're doing a little bit of a stare down out there. Backham throws over to second. Woodcock in safely. He calls time to get his helmet back. You know, Cassie, that's a player that I miss. It was hatless Jaden Nix. He couldn't run to make a play out in right field without his hat flying off. Here's the pitch, fouled into the screen. Jack Redwine, 2 home runs on the season. And the pitch. It's outside. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Runner on second. 3 runs in for the Cavaliers.
I'm greedy. I want that 4th run.
Woodcock with a pretty good lead. And they make another play, but Woodcock's back in safely. And again, his helmet falls off. And again, he goes right back out and takes that big lead again. Shortstop Chad Cron trying to keep him close. Woodcock taking the lead again. 2 balls and a strike to Redwine. And the pitch is high for ball 3. This will be a hitter's pitch. Three balls, 1 strike. Backham looks at second and now delivers. And that's low for ball 4. So Redwine on first. And we're going to get a conference at the mound as Backham is struggling here in the first inning.
What a spot for Andrew Rudd to come up in.
Please make sure you stop at the ticket booth and purchase your Cavaliers souvenir yearbook for $2 and each home game for a chance to win. Look inside your folder for a lucky star and one of the lucky.
They're still having a discussion out there on the mound.
Winners, please take your folder to the ticket booth.
Rick Danielson now heads back towards the dugout, the manager of the Red Sox. Alex Schmidt is playing second base.
Hey, do a job. Move from the second to third. That's your job. Do a job.
And as we said, he is being designated hit for. And at the plate for the Cavaliers, Andrew Rudd in his first appearance as a Cavalier, and it's a called strike on the outside corner. I suspect they told Backham just rear back and throw the ball. 1 out, 2 runners on, 3 runs in. Here's the pitch. And that's a strike called on the outside corner. I don't know what Rick Danielson said, but it must have been good. Boy, I smell that popcorn popping down there. That pitch is outside. That was a chase me pitch right there, and actually Andrew Rudd had a notion, but held back. One ball and 2 strikes. Backham's pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So 2 down. Ashton Crowell.
Cole playing left field tonight. This is his initial appearance as a Cavalier. And the pitch. And it's a strike called at the letters. Cole steps back in. And the pitch. That was low for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 down, 2 on. Good eye there. Kroll, the 8th hitter to come up this inning. Here's the pitch. Strike called. That one went right down the middle of Water Street. We do have action going on down in the bullpen for the Red Sox. Pitch is outside. Here's the pitch. That one's fouled away on the first base side.
Expand that zone just like that. Put it in your hands. Go, bud.
And the pitch, it's a ground ball out to short, picked up by Cron, flipped to second to Schmidt to get the force out. So Kroll grounds into a fielder's choice, 6-4, and Redwine is put out at second. But the Cavaliers do pick up 3 runs on 2 hits. There were no errors, and 2 were left on base. We've completed an inning of play, and it's the Cavaliers 3 and the Red Sox 2 on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
The roar of our engines, the pump of our heartbeats, the pedal to our metal. The sparks that ignite us, the pistons that push us, the passions that drive us, on the roads that unite us. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to be the fuel that keeps you firing on all cylinders.
Visit either of Eau Claire's 2 locally owned Napa Auto Parts stores on Highway 93 or North Claremont Avenue.
The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right. As a thank you for your service, any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
We're back here at Carson Park. Rick Olson along with Ben Ryder, Cassie Johnson-Nelson, and Jeremy DeGrosse. Bringing you today's Cavalier game, resumption. This game, Cassie, it seems like we've been here forever. This game has taken over a month to complete. Well, it started on the 18th of June, so... All right, stepping up in the top of the second inning for the Red Sox is Logan Brzezinski. And he sends one right underneath Erickson's glove out into left field. That's going to be a base hit.
Logan Brzezinski now batting, number 23.
So leadoff hitter is on, brings on Sean Sedlacek, the left fielder. Look over at first by Costley, and now the pitch. Missed inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Well, I think we might get the answer to our question earlier about a pitcher re-entering. Costley looking in and delivers. Runner goes. It's a high chopper. Costley fields it, throws over to first in time. It did advance the runner.
Good play by Costley there.
Coming up to the plate for the Red Sox.
Brzezinski is on second, and it's going to bring up Tony Riley. Zach Thiese was warming up down in the Red Sox bullpen. Now, he was the listed starter in this game back on the 18th of June. Here's the pitch, swung on and foul ball right behind the plate. And so when they put Beckham in on the mound, I was under the impression Thiese could re-enter, but he couldn't re-enter as a pitcher. And but maybe he can't. And they haven't tried to bring him in yet anyway. There's the pitch. That's high for a ball. And the pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike two. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Tony Riley. In the first game, Riley did not have any official at-bats, so he went 0 for 0. Runner at second takes his lead. That's Brzezinski. Here's the pitch. Strike 3 call.
It's a big out there by the Cavs.
So Riley goes down, looking back to the top of the order, Chad Cron. Now, over a month ago, Chad Cron flew out to left field in his first at bat in this game. Two down. Ground ball over to third. Erickson took a bad hop off his shoulder. And they're going to say he's safe. And the umpire, Denny Whiteside, called him safe. I'll tell you, from this angle, it looked like he got the tag on. Ben Boda backed up Erickson and made a race to third, and I thought he tagged Brzezinski before he got to the bag, but Denny Whiteside said, nope, he's safe. So runners at the corners. And the runner goes, ball gets by, and we have a tie game. So, Cron is over at second, and Brzezinski comes in to score. One ball, no strikes. Carter Hesselman. Here's the pitch. Fly ball out into right field. Gabe O'Brien coming in, makes a diving catch for the out. Nice defensive play by Gabe O'Brien out in right field with that sliding catch, and it gets the Cavaliers out of the inning. But 1 run on 2 hits. There were no errors and 1 left on base. I guess they did award an error on that ball to Erickson. So it was 1 run on 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 left on base. So we've completed an inning and a half, and we're all tied at 3 on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
When you have that craving for a home-cooked meal the way Mom used to make it, rest assured, you can still get that meal by going to Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax. Mom's is open daily, serving breakfast and lunch, and don't forget dinner on Friday nights with Mom's famous fish fry. The coffee is always hot, the breakfast is always delicious, and lunch will put a smile on your face and in your stomach. 225 Bremer Avenue, Colfax. Call 715-962-4617. That's Mom's Restaurant and Pub.
So we're back here at Carson Park. We head into the bottom of the second inning. We're all tied at 3 in a game scheduled for 7. Little activity going on down in the Cavalier bullpen now, and I suspect it's Andrew Milner. Can't see yet until he turns around and we can get a good view of his number. Zach Deasy heading down to the bullpen for the Red Sox. And the ball got away from the Cavalier bullpen.
If you're looking for a pot of gold pitcher, I'm sure you'll be able to find one of the members of the Eau Claire Cavaliers board of directors.
Due up for the Cavaliers in the bottom half of the second inning, our Geno's player of the game, Ben Boda, will lead things off. I'll tell you what, Ben, that's a real good opportunity. We get Ben Boda to lead off. He's got a whole lineup getting ready to help drive him in if he can get on base. That's a good point. So make sure you mention Ben Boda's name tomorrow when you go out to Geno's Pizza. Get yourself a free soft drink, and if he manages to score, a free appetizer for your table. Backham goes into his motion, and the pitch. It's low for a ball. And as Tyson Woodcock showed a couple games back, you don't have to get a base hit to get that appetizer.
No, you don't.
You just have to get on base so you can score a run. Here's the wind and the pitch. Strike called on the inside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike to Ben Boda. The wind and the 1-1 pitch. Strike called on the outside corner. 1-2. Now he needs to protect the plate. Here's the wind and the 1-2 pitch. That's outside in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Boy, another ball gets loose from the Cavalier bullpen. I don't know who's warming up down there, but he's missing his catcher. That's not a good sign. There's a foul off, out of play.
Foul ball is sponsored by Cavaliers Sports. Please remember all foul balls are properly Eau Claire Cavaliers.
2-2 the count to Ben Boda. Backham likes that sign. And he delivers. Swing and a miss for strike 3. It's going to bring up Caden Erickson back to the top of the order. Erickson went down looking. Andrew Milner was warming up down in the Cavalier bullpen, but it looks like they're done now. Here's the wind and the pitch to Erickson. Inside for a ball. And the wind and the pitch. Line shot out into left field, moving over Sedlacek, and he makes the catch.
The fielder had him played perfectly.
Going up to the plate, the Eau Claire Cavaliers, number 25.
Cody Dayton comes to the plate. He drew a walk his first time up, and then his courtesy runner, Blake Bemnister, came in and scored. Here's the pitch. That was high and inside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 down. Backham delivers. That's inside, ball 2. Backham into his motion. And the pitch. High for ball 3. Cody Dayton showing a lot of patience at the plate. Backham's 3-0 pitch. Strike called. Got the inside corner. Hitter's pitch here. It's got to be pretty delicious looking. And the pitch. That's low for ball 4. Second walk for Cody Dayton. And again, Bemnister comes in as a courtesy runner. Boy, there is an unhappy camper down there in the grandstand. Maybe the Cavs just aren't producing enough runs. Here's the pitch. Foul back, look out! That made Ben duck. That one was heading right for you, Ben.
I think I'm going to bring my baseball glove next game.
Yeah, Dan keeps telling us that, and I've yet to see it. So, Dan, as you're driving home through Minnesota or wherever it is you're at now, just be aware, I called you out on that one. You would have had a chance, Dan, on that one. And the pitch is inside for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike. 1 on, 2 outs. Strike called on the inside corner to Gabe O'Brien. O'Brien singled to center field his last time up. And the pitch. That's high for a ball. Counts even at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. 1 on. We're in the bottom of the second. All tied at 3. And the 2-2 pitch. And a called third strike. Gabe O'Brien didn't agree with it, but that's what Paul Osman said. And O'Brien goes down looking. So for the Cavaliers, no runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left on base. We played 2, and we're all tied at 3 on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Let Menominee Eye and Optical help you see the world for the beautiful place it is. Doctors Nicholas and Marianne Comroe provide both comprehensive and emergency eye care for all, including pediatric and special needs patients. Whether it's examination for glasses to cataract and LASIK care, or diagnosis and management of macular degeneration, diabetic retinopathy, glaucoma, and so much more. In addition, Menominee Eye and Optical's experienced opticians will help guide you to the highest quality eye care for the best value. That's Menominee Eye and Optical, located at 520 Wilson Avenue in Menominee, where they specialize in quality, personalized care for you and your family.
Regardless of where you are on your path to retirement, you can still take charge of your financial future today. Visit aceyourretirement.org and answer a few questions from Aldo, your friendly digital retirement coach, for free tips, resources, and advice customized for your situation, to help you feel confident and prepared for retirement. Retirement looks different for everyone. Make sure you're prepared for your financial future at aceyourretirement.org.
My name is Teresa Barber. I was in the United States Navy, and I served overseas in the Middle East and Africa. Early on in my career, I had a commander that taught our suicide prevention training on a Friday afternoon, and the very next day he took his own life. 90% of suicide attempts involving a gun are fatal. You don't know how much somebody can hide what's going on inside their head. Store your guns securely. Help stop suicide.
We're back here at Carson Park, and here's what's going on, I think. New pitcher for the Cavaliers is Andrew Milner. So Lucas Costley went 2 innings, gave up 3 runs. They were all earned on 3 hits, 2 strikeouts. Now, Milner came in for Kroll in the batting order, and he is going to bat in that spot. And Redwine came in from the designated hitter to play left field. And the first pitch is outside for a ball to Jonah Hansen, who doubled his first time up with an RBI. Milner delivers, and it's high. 2 balls, no strikes. And the pitch. That's a strike called on the outside corner.
It's a generous call right there.
And a line shot foul. Made the first base coach have to move.
Good reflexes over there.
That one would have hurt.
Yeah.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Milner delivers. Strike 3 call.
He pulled the string on that one.
That's going to bring up the pitcher, Cody Backham.
That pitch broke right over the plate for a strike.
That kind of looks pretty when that happens.
Absolutely. Yep.
Had him fooled that time. Here's the pitch. Line shot, past Boat out into center field for a base hit. So Backham singles to center.
The center fielder, number 1.
Eli Johnson coming to the plate. He drew a walk his last time up. We're all tied at 3 in the top of the 3rd inning. Game scheduled for 7 because technically it is the second half of a doubleheader. Here's the pitch. Inside for a ball. And the pitch swung on and missed for a strike. Here's the pitch. Inside for a ball. 2 balls and 1 strike.
And the catcher looking at him thinking, that was the same location the one you called a strike.
Tall, lanky left-hander Milner delivers. There's a strike.
Not sure what the difference in those 2 pitches was.
No, I'm not either. That's why I gave you that look.
I read your mind.
It's an open book.
Yep.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Throw over to first and back in safely is Cole Backham. I don't think they put a courtesy runner in for him. And a pitch. Fly ball out into center field. Luke Erickson underneath makes a catch.
Erickson had him perfectly played. He only had to take 2 steps.
That's going to bring up Zach Merritt, who had an RBI single his last time up.
And hopefully Ben Boda makes note of where he hit the ball last time.
The runner goes foul back into the net. I'm not sure, but he may have actually been turning to get away from that pitch and it just hit the bat.
I think you might be right.
You know what? It's still a foul ball. It's still strike 1.
Still strike 1.
So Merritt steps back in. Milner delivers. Fly ball foul out of play on the right side. Off the bleachers. Made a few fans duck over there. And just to the left of that guy sitting there with the white hat. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 down, 1 on. Milner at the belt. And he delivers. Strike 3 call. Perfect pitch. Miller, the Cavs strikeout leader, and he gets another one. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left, and we played 2.5. And we're still tied at 3 on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
If your estate isn't looking quite estate-like, let Midwest Environmental Consultants landscape your estate right up to snuff with installation of retaining walls, brick patios, foundation planting beds, and so much more. Then they'll keep it that way with their expert lawn care service. Call Midwest Environmental Consultants at 608-468-2067. Let Midwest Environmental Consultants help make your estate the showplace of the neighborhood.
Jason, let's go see your room.
That's not right. How is it? Is it good?
Back here at Carson Park, heading into the bottom half of the 3rd inning. Cole Backham's still on the mound for the Red Sox. Due up for the Cavaliers, Luke Erickson, Tyson Woodcock, and Jack Redwine.
Leading off the inning, the Cavaliers, the center fielder, number 14, Luke Erickson.
So Erickson steps to the plate. He took one right square in the middle of the back last time he was up. Looked like a nice slow-moving curveball. I don't think it did him any harm. Here's Backham's pitch. Check swing, strike called.
Catcher had a hard time with that one.
Yeah, that's one of those that I think had there been a runner on base at advance, we would have called that a pass ball.
I'm not sure exactly what happened there. But
maybe he was trying to frame it and move the glove a little earlier than he should. Backham winds in the 0-1 pitch. High pop up over on the left side. Moving over, and boy, oh boy, I think they must have had a traffic cop out there because Sedlacek came in and made the catch, but Cron had to zig and Merritt had to zag to get out of the way. So 1 out. Tyson Woodcock, who singled, drove in 2 runs on his single. Here's the wind and the pitch. Foul back into the screen. Backham winds. And he delivers. Line shot out into left field. Fair ball. It's going to go down into the corner. Woodcock is going to be 2 for 2 as he's going to check into second with a double. Who says he doesn't have a batting average?
Woodcock had a nice at that.
Nice smooth stroke on the ball, put it right down the left field line, landed fair about maybe 4 feet, and then rolled over into the corner. Brings up Jack Redwine, who walked his first time up. Here's the pitch. That was low for a ball.
Cadott fans were wondering where that pitch was.
It was over the plate, but I do think it might have been low.
I'm with you.
Backham's pitch. That was low and inside for a ball. I'm actually not sure it was inside.
Probably just low, maybe?
Yeah, maybe. 2 balls, no strikes. 1 down, runner on second. Here's the pitch. That's outside for ball 3. Be curious to see if they give Redwine the green light on this pitch. And it's a strike. 3 balls and 1 strike. Sometimes I think that plate gets a little bigger on that 3-0 pitch.
I think you're right on that.
So it's 3-1. This is a hitter's pitch. Runner goes, and that one got Redwine right in the back. Second Cavalier to get hit by the pitch, and Woodcock safely steals third. That's going to bring up. No, they're making him go back.
They're calling that a dead ball, maybe.
Yeah, because it hit him before he got to third. So they make Woodcock go back because when it hits the batter, it's a dead ball. So that is the correct call. Woodcock takes his lead. And a foul ball off on the right side. Andrew Rudd at the plate, struck out his first time up. Got a piece of that one. 2 runners on.
Great spot here for Rudd.
Backham looks at second. And he delivers. That's low for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Cavalier bullpen, or dugout, getting a little fired up. Likes these young hitters with showing a good eye. And the pitch. Line shot to the right side in foul territory over into the bullpen area.
That one hit the home plate in the bullpen area.
One ball and 2 strikes, 1 out, 2 on. Andrew Rudd at the plate. And the pitch. Shot out into center field, and making a spectacular catch was Eli Johnson. And they make a play at second.
Looks like an appeal there to see if he left early.
And the umpire says, nope, he tagged. So Rudd flies to center. And Woodcock tagged and went to third. Redwine remains at first, 2 down.
That's a heads-up play there because now with a runner on third, we have a chance to get a run with a bad pitch.
So Andrew Milner, the pitcher, steps to the plate.
Hopefully he can help his cause.
Milner has, I believe, 1 official at-bat this year. And the pitch is high for a ball. Cavalier dugout getting a little loud down there. Rudders take their leads. Throw over to first. Redwine in safely. That can almost be as effective as the double steal, because if it gets by the first baseman, the run comes in. Here's the pitch. Strike called.
Yeah, and it's just impossible to back that throw up because the left fielder's just too far away.
Redwine takes his lead again. Woodcock takes his lead. Strike called on the inside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Andrew Milner. There's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Cavaliers threaten but can't produce anything, and they get no runs on 1 hit. No errors, and 2 were left on base. We played 3, and it's 3-3 on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Royal Credit Union's low rates and flexible terms on auto loans can help keep your payments low. Get a great rate on your next car or truck purchase, or refinance an existing vehicle with an auto loan from Royal Credit Union. Royal also offers loans for buying or refinancing boats, UTVs, and other vehicles. Royal Credit Union wants to help keep your payments low. Check rates and apply for a Royal Credit Union vehicle loan online at rcu.org/autorate. Subject to credit approval.
Hey guys, it's me, Isabella Gomez, filling in for Smokey Bear because he's got more to say than just...
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Like, if you're outside enjoying a barbecue, don't let a hamburger distract you from fire safety. Make sure you aren't dumping your hot coals or ashes onto the ground because that could start a wildfire. So take wildfire prevention seriously and let's save the world one day at a time. Juntos con Smokey Bear, podemos hacerlo. Go to smokeybear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
Back here at Carson Park as we head to the 4th inning. Cavaliers and the Cadott Red Sox all tied at 3 in a 7-inning game. Second half of a doubleheader that started back on June 18th. Red Sox did take the first game of that doubleheader 7-1. So the Cavs are trying to come back with a win in the nightcap, I guess technically it would be.
It would be nice.
Leading off the top of the 4th inning for the Red Sox is Austin Gadel, who struck out his first time up. And he fouls the first pitch off on the right side.
That foul ball is spotted. That played against Sports.
No balls and a strike. The 0-1 pitch is outside for a ball.
Batting for the Cadott Red Sox, number 21, Austin Gadel.
Milner looks in, he likes that sign. Winds and the 1-1 pitch. Curveball strike. Boy, was that another pretty one. Nice break on that ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Milner winds and the 1-2 pitch. Soft fly ball over towards the bullpen area and out of play.
Foul ball is spotted by play against Sports. Please remember to return all foul balls to the concession stand so you can claim $1 token.
Count remains 1-2. Austin Gadel. Here's the wind and the pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. That's the second time Gadel's gone down swinging. Brings up Logan Brzezinski. He singled and scored on a wild pitch. In fact, that's the run that tied the game. Milner winds and delivers. That's low for a ball.
It appears that the Cadott Red Sox have just finished up their bullpen.
At least for the time being.
For the time being.
Pitch was inside, and it's a called strike. They say he went. He pushed the bat across the plate in the process of trying to get out of the way of the ball.
I was fooled by that one, and so was the batter.
1-1 pitch. Ground ball. Fielded by Boda. Throw to first in the dirt. Woodcock can't hang on to it. Yeah, hit him right in the mouth, I think, or somewhere in the face area. It took a hop, and then Boda made the throw, and he's over there right away to check on his teammate. Woodcock saying, "Oh, I'm all right. It bounced off my arm," he says, and then off my chin. Cassie says that if you look at your screen, he's got a big red mark on his cheek on the left side. He says it came off his arm and then up off his cheek. So the arm broke the speed on that. It's going to be an error on the throw.
Now batting left fielder, number 23.
And Sean Sedlacek is at the plate. He grounded back to the pitcher his first time up. Actually, it was a high hopper. He squares to bunt, and it goes foul. Smart play by Cody Dayton.
Great job by Dayton.
He waited. He didn't get in too much of a hurry, and he let it roll foul because basically they had it beat anyway. So let it go, and once it goes foul, then touch it. No balls and a strike. See if Sedlacek's still bunting. See if the Red Sox are going to try and... Nope, he's not bunting there, and it's inside for a ball. 1-1 is the count. This is manufacturer run time. Middle innings. Milner at the belt. And the 1-1 pitch. Just low for a ball. 2 balls and a strike. Boy, oh boy, that didn't miss by very much. Milner at the belt, and he delivers. That's high. Dayton thought about a snap throw down to first, but it really wasn't there. 3-1 is the count. Milner delivers. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Count goes full now to Sedlacek.
Now Caden Erickson plays his normal depth at third base.
Milner looking in, looking at first, the payoff pitch. Ground ball right back to Milner. Looks at second, can't get that one, so he throws to first for the out.
The runner was breaking on the pitch, so no chance of getting it. So heads up right.
So Brzezinski at second, 2 down, and at the plate is Tony Riley. He went down looking his first time up. Milner delivers. Strike called on the inside corner. You know, Milner is one of these big, tall guys. He's halfway to home plate by the time he releases the ball. He's so tall. Here's, and time called. And Ryan Bemnister reminding the umpire he does not have to grant the time call by the batter because that's a good way to get a player hurt. Milner at the belt. He delivers. Strike called. I think that's a makeup call right there.
I think you're right.
And Jeremy says, that was pretty rowdy. He's catching the outside corner with it. And the pitch. Oh boy, that's the curveball that usually gets called a strike. That was really close. Missed a little bit high that time. Milner kind of laughing about it. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
I'm not going to lie to you. I do rely on Jeremy quite a bit for help.
Yeah, Jeremy's a good guy over there. We even threw a microphone on him last season. Strike 3 called right there. And Riley goes down looking for the second time tonight. So, for the Red Sox, no runs, no hits. There was 1 Cavalier error and 1 man left on base. We played 3.5, and we're still tied at 3 on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN.
Let NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network take you out to the ballgame. Our next broadcast will be on Sunday, July 23rd, when we will bring you the Cavaliers taking on the La Crescent Cardinals from Carson Park. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-TV begins with the In the Dugout show at 12 noon. That's live Eau Claire Cavalier baseball on Sunday, July 23rd on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Hey, can you chop the pineapple? Chop the pineapple.
Nope. I'm high. How about I wash off the grapes?
Yes.
Okay.
You're already making good decisions when you're high.
I want tacos. Will you drive? I'm a little toasty.
Nope. I'm high. Let's order in.
Don't make an exception when it comes to driving. If you feel different, you drive different.
Back here at Carson Park, Rick Olson, Cassie Johnson-Nelson, and Jeremy DeGrosse. And I hear the ringtone from our friend Ann and Ben Ryder.
Shout out to Ann. Hello, Ann.
I'm hoping that all expectations came back to earth just the way they were supposed to this afternoon. So, bottom of the 4th inning, leading off for the Cavaliers, our Geno's player of the game, Ben Boda. He struck out his first time up. Got to get him on base if we want those free appetizers. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Don't forget, go out to Geno's tomorrow and mention Ben Boda's name. Get a free soft drink. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That's high for a ball, 1-1. And if he scores, then it becomes a free appetizer for your table. Here's the wind and the 1-1 pitch. Foul back into the screen. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Beckham looking in for the sign. Old Beckham on the mound. Here's the wind and the pitch. Strike called. Ben Boda asking him about that pitch. He wasn't arguing, he was just asking. So he went down looking. Caden Erickson comes to the plate. Erickson's 0 for 2 today. Struck out and flew out to left. Erickson. And the pitch. There's the wind and the pitch.
Fly ball out into left field. This one's deep. It's back in the corner. Foul, and running right into the fence out there is Sean Sedlacek. Let's make sure he's okay. I think he caught and held on to the ball. And they're saying, no, he did not hang on to it. He's checking for blood up on his head. He hit that fence hard over in the Cavalier bullpen area.
Just a reminder, concessions are available in each game play. Check out the variety of food and beverages on sale to help you enjoy this Cavalier.
Shout out to our good friend Peter Upton, who accomplished one of his bucket list objectives today, did a tandem jump out by Lake Wissota and completed it successfully. I'd hate to see what happened if it was unsuccessful, but landed safely and has checked that item off his bucket list. Not bad for an octogenarian.
My Aunt Renee Ryder would be so proud of him.
Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike two for Caden Erickson. Caden Erickson with a couple of words for Paul Osman, just clarifying things. Here's the 1-2 pitch. High and away. Two balls, two strikes. There's the wind and the 2-2 pitch. Just outside. Count goes full to Caden Erickson with one out. Base is empty. We're still tied at 3. Payoff pitch. Line shot over to third, picked up by Merritt. Throw across the diamond to first in time, and Erickson goes down 5-3. It's going to bring up Cody Dayton. Cody Dayton has been to the plate twice, but has no official at-bats. In other words, he's walked twice.
Dav's looking for some kind of spark here with 2 outs.
Backham winds. And the pitch. Line shot out into left center field. That falls in for a base hit. It's going to get out for the warning path. Dayton heads into second, and he's going to have a stand-up double. So going out to run for Dayton is Blake Bemnister.
And the courtesy running for the Cavaliers, number 10, Blake.
And Gabe O'Brien is coming to the plate. O'Brien is 1 for 2, singled and struck out looking.
Got him in the big house.
Here's the pitch. Strike called on the outside corner. No balls and a strike to Gabe O'Brien. Backham looks over at second and now delivers. Ground ball foul on the first base side. Backham at the belt. And he delivers. High pop-up in the infield. Coming in is Cron, and he makes the catch for the third out. So, for the Cavaliers, they pick up no runs on one hit. That nice double by Cody Dayton. And that was all that was left on base. We've completed 4, and it's still tied at 3 on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
The roar of our engines, the pump of our heartbeats, the pedal to our metal. The sparks that ignite us, The pistons that push us. The passions that drive us. On the roads that unite us. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care. Here to be the fuel that keeps you firing on all cylinders.
Visit either of Eau Claire's 2 locally owned Napa Auto Parts stores on Highway 93 or North Claremont Avenue.
Life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome. Prediabetes does. 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, but with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. And you can change the outcome. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test today. Go to doihaveprediabetes.org.
So we head to the 5th inning and a game scheduled for 7. Still tied at 3. Due up for the Red Sox in the top of the 5th. Chad Cron, Carter Hesselman, and Jonah Hansen.
I don't know that we have had any 1, 2, 3.
As I look here on my handy-dandy score sheet, and you are absolutely right. We've had some 4 at-bat innings, but actually we've had some 3 at-bat innings, but there were 4 appearances. First pitch was outside for a ball. Milner winds and fires. Pop-up foul out of play on the right side.
That foul ball is sponsored by David Sports. Remember, all foul balls are Cavaliers of the Eau Claire Cavaliers.
Milner looks in and delivers. It's outside for a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike to Chad Cron. There's the pitch. Foul back into the screen. Counts even at 2-2. And the pitch. Ground ball over to second. Scooped up there and thrown to first in time. Andrew Rudd over to Tyson Woodcock for the put out.
Woodcock barely got back to first base in time to field that throw.
So Carter Hesselman comes to the plate. And a strike called on the outside corner. Hesselman is 0 for 1. He's only batted once. He flew out to right field. Ground ball over to third. Grabbed by Erickson. Throw over to first in time. Nice play by Caden Erickson over at third.
Agreed.
And a good fire at first. Jonah Hansen comes to the plate. Hansen's 1 for 2. Doubled in the first inning. Knocking in the first run. And then struck out looking his second time up. There's the pitch, way outside for a ball. And the pitch just missed. Must have been low. 2 balls and no strikes to Jonah Hansen. That's a strike on the outside corner. 2 balls and 1 strike. Here's the wind and the 2-1 pitch. Strike 2 called. Wind and the 2-2 pitch.
That's just a bit inside. Sometimes I like to say that was so far inside it was outside. Full count, 2 down. There's the wind and the payoff pitch. That one's low and away for ball 4. So again, you don't get your 1, 2, 3 inning, Ben.
I was hoping, but no such luck.
Cole Backham, the pitcher, comes to the plate. Backham is 1 for 2. Flew out to right and singled to center. Milner delivers. Fly ball out towards center field. Luke Erickson coming in, makes the catch. So for the Red Sox, no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We played 4.5, and we're still tied at 3 on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax has just what you need when you have that craving for a home-cooked meal the way Mom used to make it. Mom's is open from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. daily and until 9 on Fridays with a complete breakfast menu. Lunch includes sandwiches, salads, wraps, and burgers, along with Mom's comfort food favorites, and don't forget dinner on Fridays with Mom's famous fish fry. The coffee always hot, the breakfast always delicious, and lunch puts a smile on your face. 225 Bremer Avenue, Colfax. Call 715-962-4617. That's Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax.
Let NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network bring you some tough semi-pro gridiron action. Our next broadcast will be on Saturday, July 22nd, when we will bring you the Eau Claire Cavaliers taking on the Madison Mad Dogs from Verona, Wisconsin. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-TV begins with Cowboy Kickoff at 2:40 p.m. That's live Eau Claire Cowboy football on Saturday, July 22nd on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Thank you for supporting Cavaliers baseball.
Back here at Carson Park, we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. All tied at 3. Cole Backham still on the mound.
I was just going to say, you'll never guess who's pitching for Cadott.
He's done a pretty good job once he got out of the 1st inning. Put goose eggs on the board for the next 3.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Cavaliers have 3 runs, 4 hits. They've committed 2 errors. And the Red Sox, 3 runs, 4 hits, and they've committed no errors. Pretty nice, tight ball game going on right here. Luke Erickson stepping to the plate for the Cavs. He was hit by the pitch his first appearance and then fouled out to left field, where they needed a traffic cop out there to move people around to make that catch. First pitch is a ball. There's the wind and the pitch. Inside for a ball. 2 balls, no strikes. And the pitch. That's inside, gets away from the catcher. Ball 3. You know, you made a point earlier today, Ben, that you like to see the Cavs force these pitchers to throw a lot of pitches. Well, at that, they've been successful. Backham is throwing an awful lot of pitches.
Yeah, you don't want to be helping those pitchers up there when you're batting. You want to be selective, and you want to make them pitch to you.
Now he's going to hit the outside corner because that's what he does every time he gets to 3-0. Here's the wind and the 3-0 pitch. It was high for ball 4. That's what I get for guessing. So a 4-pitch walk to Luke Erickson brings up Tyson Woodcock.
The infield is playing normal depth. Must not be expecting a bunt.
Well, Woodcock's 2 for 2, single and a double. That single was a 2 RBI single. He ended up on second on the play. So he likes checking into second. That pitch is outside for a ball. Jonah Hansen having to remain pretty active over there. One ball and no strikes. Throw over to first. Erickson back in. One and 0 is the count. Tyson Woodcock. And the pitch. Check swing, strike called at the letters. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2, but the ball, catcher can't find it. Now he does. It was in the dirt right between his feet, which is the worst place to try to find it. He's looking back by the backstop and doesn't see anything there. Erickson wasn't going. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Tyson Woodcock. And the throw over to first. One ball, 2 strikes. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. It's going to bring up Jack Redwine, who also does not have an official at-bat yet. He walked his first time up and then took one in the kind of in the backside of the hip. His last time up. That pitch is low for a ball. One ball, no strikes, 1 out.
There's a nice gap between right field and center if Redwine can find it.
Yeah, head it in the direction of that Toyson Ford sign. Backham throws it over to first. Erickson back in. Backham at the belt. And the 1-0 pitch. Ground ball over to short. Toss to second for 1. Throw over to first and not in time. So they get Erickson at second and Redwine grounds into the fielder's choice.
Coming up to bat for the Cavaliers, number 18, the second baseman, Andrew Rudd.
So Andrew Rudd comes up. He struck out and then flew out to center field with 2 down. Runner on first. We're in the 5th inning, all tied at 3. Backham's at the belt, and he delivers. Outside for a ball.
Boy, it would be nice to see Rudd do something here to get his confidence going.
Backham glances over at first, and the pitch. That's low for a ball. Two down. Backham delivers. Inside, ball 3. Three balls, no strikes, 2 down. Andrew Rudd at the plate. Jack Redwine out on first. Back him at the belt. The 3-0 pitch. And that's low for ball 4. 2 runners on. It's going to bring up Andrew Milner.
Now batting for the Cavaliers, number 15.
And we're going to get a conference out at the mound. Milner's at the plate. Milner struck out his last time up.
This might be your last chance to get a 5-gold ticket. Look for the Eau Claire Board of Directors, who will try to sell those tickets right now.
The Cavs coach had a brief word for Milner.
$5 and $48 to $10. Enjoy the results.
Rick Danielson is done with his conversation at the mound, and two runners on. The go-ahead run is on second, 2 down. Beckham delivers. High and away for a ball. Ben Boda on deck. Beckham looks at second. Now he delivers. That's inside for a ball. 2 balls, no strikes.
That's at least 6 straight balls by Cole there.
Beckham glances over at second and now delivers. That's a strike called on the inside corner. Right at the letters. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 down. Here's the 2-1 pitch. High and away, ball 3. Milner, big, tall, left-handed hitter. It also makes for a big strike zone. And the 3-1 pitch. Swung on a miss, strike 2. Count is full to Andrew Milner. It's traveling time. Runner should be off on the pitch. Redwine takes his lead at second. Here's the pitch, runners go. Line shot out into left field for a base hit. Here comes Redwine around to score. And Andrew Milner gets an RBI single.
Cavalier bench explodes on that one.
Well, Andrew Milner doesn't get many chances, and he just made the most of that one. So Jack Redwine comes in to score to put the Cavaliers ahead. And we're going to have a pitching change, and we'll get it all sorted out for you right after this timeout on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
If I could be you, and you could be me for just 1 hour. If we could find a way to get inside each other's minds. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Well, before you abuse, criticize, and accuse, walk a mile in my shoes.
The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right. As a thank you for your service, any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
Regardless of where you are on your path to retirement, you can still take charge of your financial future today. Visit aceyourretirement.org and answer a few questions from Avo, your friendly digital retirement coach, for free tips, resources, and advice customized for your situation to help you feel confident and prepared for retirement. Retirement looks different for everyone. Make sure you're prepared for your financial future at aceyourretirement.org.
New pitcher on the mound for the Cadott Red Sox is Zach Thiesing. He was originally announced as the starting pitcher tonight. Cole Beckham went 4 2/3 innings, gave up 4 runs. They were all earned. He's also responsible for the 2 runners on base. And he did that on 5 hits, struck out 6 and walked 5. And as I look here, I think he hit 2 Cavalier batters. Yep, that's what we're at. Ben Boda. Boda steps up. With 2 down, runners on the corners. Thiesing delivers, fouled back into the screen. Milner on first, Andrew Rudd on third. And the pitch. That's outside for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Two down. Pitch is low. 2 balls and a strike.
Good job by the Cadott catcher there.
Thiesing at the belt. And delivers. Line shot out into center field. A run comes in. Andrew Rudd scores.
And that'll make the Cavs fans very happy.
And that makes it 5-3 Cavaliers on top. And Ben Boda, by the way, is our Geno's player of the game, and he's on base now. He did pick up an RBI.
And now stepping to the plate is Caden Erickson.
Erickson's due for something good to happen. 0 for 3. Pitch is low and away for a ball. And the pitch. Line shot, fair down the third base line, out into left field. 1 run is coming in to score. And into third is a runner, and Erickson checks into second with a double.
And the Cavs bats are coming alive now. And it's nice to see the Cavaliers manager smile.
So Erickson doubles to left with an RBI. Milner came in to score.
And that'll bring Cody Dayton to the plate.
And our Geno's player of the game is 90 feet from appetizers. First pitch is a called strike to Cody Dayton.
Come on, Cody.
Thiesing at the belt and delivers. Pitch is outside for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 down. Runners at second and third. Ben Boda at third. Caden Erickson at second. Cavs on top, 6-3. Strike called on the inside corner. And the pitch.
Line shot fair down the third base line. And we get appetizers because Ben Boda comes in to score. So does Caden Erickson. And Cody Dayton singles to left field with 2 RBI.
Boy, if you're the Cavs, you like to see that. Get Milner some runs and keep this thing going.
And courtesy runner going in. And again, it's Bemnister.
Boy, the Cavalier fans have been waiting all game long for this one.
And we get appetizers. I know you've been waiting for that one. Pitch is inside for a ball.
You know it, buddy.
Eight to 3, Cavaliers on top. Foul back.
Just into the netting below me.
Yeah, I noticed Ben's eyes got a little big on that one.
Sometimes I can't always tell what's going on. I shouldn't say that too loud.
Join the club. And a ground ball out into center field. So O'Brien singles. He's gonna hold it first.
Appeared as a center fielder, bobbled the ball a little bit there. Heads up by that Cavs runner to go to third on that one. And the coach gives him a high five, and the Cavaliers are pumped up.
And Dayton checks into third. Well, actually, Bemnister checks into third.
That's a great job by Bemnister over there at third. You look at that outfielder, you see what he's doing, you listen to your coach, and bam, there you are.
Coming into that, the Cavaliers, number 12, Carson Park.
And a foul back.
And you've heard the saying, hitting is contagious. Boy, we're seeing it here now.
May the disease spread.
I'm with you.
Runners on the corners. At the belt. And the delivery outside for a ball. One ball, one strike. This has all happened with 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Runner goes, swung on and missed. Strike 2.
No throw there by the catcher. Runner got a great jump.
So O'Brien is now on second.
You made a great point there earlier. All that's happening with 2 outs.
So runners at second and third. And the pitch. That's low for a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, 2 on, and a whole bunch in for the Cavs. Here's the pitch. And that's high for ball 3. Full count. Luke Erickson at the plate. Erickson is the 10th hitter this inning. And the pitch. High pop foul out of play.
That'll be a token for some lucky kid.
That was a good example of Luke Erickson guarding the plate. Don't leave it in the hands of the umpire. Take charge. And the pitch. Ground ball over to first. Fielded there by Hesselman, and he
wins the race to first. So, for the Cavaliers, they picked up 5 runs on 5 hits. There were no errors, and 2 were left on base. We've completed 5 innings, and it's the Cavaliers 8 and the Red Sox 3 on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right. As a thank you for your service, any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
My name is Teresa Barber. I was in the United States Navy, and I served overseas in the Middle East and Africa. Early on in my career, I had a commander that taught our suicide prevention training on a Friday afternoon, and the very next day he took his own life. 90% of suicide attempts involving a gun are fatal. You don't know how much somebody can hide what's going on inside their head. Store your guns securely. Help stop suicide.
All right, we head to the 6th inning with the Cavaliers on top and one scheduled for 7. Cavaliers on top 8-3.
And I have a suspicion that Cadott's pitcher is going to try to finish this thing because I didn't see any action at all in the bullpen.
Well, they don't have a whole lot of... They're kind of like the Cavaliers. They're shorthanded tonight. And country jam.
Yeah.
All right. Stepping to the plate for the Cadott Red Sox is Eli Johnson, and Johnson's 0 for 1. He walked and flew out to center field, and the first pitch is a called strike on the inside corner for Andrew Milner. And in comes another Cavalier board member. Anna is here. Now we've got 3 board members here. We could almost call a meeting.
Welcome, Anna.
Hello.
Well, I vote that the Cavaliers hang on and win this game. Could that be unanimous?
I think they could.
1 ball and 1 strike.
Anna has full confidence in the Cavs.
Milner at the belt. He works pretty much. Well, now he's winding. And he fires. Foul back. That would have been right at you, Anna, had you been over in that other press box still. Yes. It's all right. 1 bounced right off of there earlier today, right in front of Ben here. We would have had to replace a board member. They're hard enough to find. No balls and 2 strikes to Eli Johnson. Swung on a miss, strike 3. Johnson goes down swinging. Going to bring up Zach Merritt. He singled and struck out looking his 2 trips to the plate prior to this. I don't know if you heard Anna. She says it's the best view up here, and we've said that all along. Best seats in the house right here.
If you're going to take some pictures, Anna, this would be the place to take them.
And a fly ball out into right field. Gabe O'Brien circling under it, and he's got it. 2 down, brings up Austin Gadel. He's 0 for 2, struck out both times up.
And if we get a 1-2-3 inning here, we might hold Anna hostage.
I think we will. Well, Ben was saying we haven't had a 1-2-3 inning all night, and so...
So magically,
here's the
Anna
pitch.
appears.
Fouled back off the glove of Cody Dayton.
And I just have to comment, those Cavaliers defensive players are really fired up out there, and that's good to see.
Here's the wind and the pitch. Just a bit outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Okay, Anna says we're still going to get that 1-2-3 inning. Here's the pitch. Inside. And nope, we don't get the... See, you leave Anna and they hit the batter.
Anna, come back.
So, Austin Gadel on base after being hit by the pitch and brings up Logan Brzezinski. Now, this is where the Cavaliers broke loose for runs, so Milner needs to shake that one off and get Brzezinski at the plate. Brzezinski is 1 for 2. He singled and scored a run in the second inning and also got on an error by Ben Boda. Line shot out into left field for a base hit.
The left fielder doing a very good job of getting that ball in.
So the runners do a little station to station there. Gadel at second, Brzezinski at first, and Sean Sedlacek comes to the plate. He's grounded back to the pitcher both times up.
Batting number 23, Sean Sedlacek, left-hander.
2 down, 2 on. Here's the pitch. Fouled away off the right side.
Foul ball is sponsored by Clayton Game Sports. Just a reminder, all foul balls are property of the Eau Claire Cavaliers.
Here's the pitch. Inside corner for a called strike. No balls, 2 strikes with 2 down and 2 on. Gadel at second. Brzezinski and a called third strike.
Coach likes that one.
So, we go to the bottom of the 6th. There were no runs on 1 hit, no errors, 2 left on. We've played 5.5, and it's the Cavaliers 8 and the Red Sox 3 on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Ready for a better way to bank? Switch to Royal Credit Union. Royal Credit Union is a financial co-op, not a corporation, so we return earnings to our members. That means you get low or no fees for account services and better rates on deposits and loans. You'll also have all the digital tools you need at your fingertips, so managing your account is easy. Royal is ready to help you discover the credit union difference. Switch to Royal Credit Union today at rcu.org/difference. Insured by NCUA.
My name is Teresa Barber. I was in the United States Navy and I served overseas in the Middle East and Africa. Early on in my career, I had a commander that taught our suicide prevention training on a Friday afternoon, and the very next day he took his own life. 90% of suicide attempts involving a gun are fatal. You don't know how much somebody can hide what's going on inside their head. Store your guns securely. Help stop suicide.
So we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Cavaliers with an 8-3 lead. They erupted for 5 last inning in a game that is really critical in that CRBL wildcard race. Stepping up for the Cavaliers, Tyson Woodcock, who's 2 for 3. Singled, doubled, and struck out. First pitch is outside for a ball. A little bit of action going on down in the Cavalier bullpen. Chopper over to third, scooped up there by Merritt, throw over to first, and they can't handle the ball. Safe at first is Woodcock.
And that might have caught him in the jaw or the eye.
I think he just dropped it out of his glove. It was a bang-bang play. And we're going to give the error to the first baseman. That is a play he should have made.
Yeah, he should have had that.
Jack Redwine at the plate. Redwine is 0 for 1, but he did score a run. He grounded into a fielder's choice his last time up. He's also been hit by the pitch and walk, so he's been on base plenty of times.
And the pitch, fly ball out into center field. Coming in is Johnson. And he made the catch. Down at his shoelaces. Dropped down to a knee as he was running in and caught it right down by his shoelaces for the out. That's going to bring up Andrew Rudd. And Andrew Rudd walked his last time up and scored a run. He's also flown out to center field and struck out. First pitch is low for a ball. Here's the pitch. That's a little bit high for a ball. 2 balls, no strikes. And the pitch. Grounder, foul down the third base side.
I would suspect Rudd is no longer nervous by now, being a call-up player.
No, it's his 4th plate appearance. I think he realizes he belongs here.
Absolutely, he belongs here.
Leasing at the belt, throw over to first. Woodcock back in safely. 2 balls and a strike with 1 out. And the pitch. Fouled away, strike 2. Counts all even. Whoever is working or warming up down in the Cavalier bullpen has a warm-up jacket on, so we can't tell who it is. And the pitch. Fouled away. Count holds it 2-2. I think it's Lucas Costley just getting a bullpen session, and he only went 2 innings today, and I think he probably wants to get a few more throws in. Whoever's catching for him just caught one that fooled him, and he gave Costley a funny look down there. And they're all done. Ground ball over to third. Picked up by Merritt. Throw to second for 1. To first, not even close.
Rudd is really fast.
So, Rudd grounds into the fielder's choice. And Woodcock is out at second. So there's 2 down. And Andrew Milner kind of started getting things excited with 2 down last inning when he singled out to left field, and he hits a shot right to the shortstop line drive, who caught it right in his belly button for the 3rd out.
Shortstop didn't even move on that one.
So, for the Cavaliers, no runs on no hits. There was 1 error and 1 left on base. We've completed 6. We're going to go to the 7th with the Cavaliers on top, 8-3 on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
To get your lawn or garden to perform at attracting what you want, you first need to know what your soil is working with. That's where Midwest Environmental Consultants can help. Their soil testing service can give you a complete rundown on your soil's nutrition and health. They test for nitrogen levels, phosphorus, potash, micronutrients, minerals, pH, and organic matter. Let Midwest Environmental Consultants put you in control of your soil's health. Call Midwest Environmental Consultants at 608-468-2067. That's Midwest Environmental Consultants, serving Western Wisconsin.
So we go to the 7th inning in a game scheduled for 7. This is it for the Red Sox. Leading off, Tony Riley, who struck out twice. He went down looking both times up.
And it appears this game is going to be Milner's to finish.
And Milner is the pitcher of record, so it's his to win, because he came in with a tie. Here's the pitch. Strike called on the inside corner. Milner winds and fires. Curveball just missed. Yeah, Jeremy says maybe a little bit high, and I would agree with that. Just a little bit high. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed the high fastball. He chased it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the wind and the 1-2 pitch. Just a hair low. Came right down the middle of the plate. Counts even at 2-2. To Tony Riley. Here's the pitch. Strike 3 called. He went down looking again. That's 3 looking strikeouts for Tony Riley. He's not very happy as the helmet goes tossed over towards the dugout. Top of the order now for the Red Sox, Chad Cron. And Cron is 0 for 3. He did get on an error. Here's the wind and the pitch. Foul back into the screen. No balls and 1 strike to Chad Cron. Here's the pitch. Fly ball out into center field. Luke Erickson circling around underneath it, and he makes the catch. 2 down. And it's all up to former Cavalier Carter Hesselman.
First baseman, number 17, Carter Hesselman.
Hesselman is 0 for 2. Flew out to right and grounded to third. Pitch is high for a ball. Here's the wind and the pitch. Strike called. 1 ball and 1 strike. Andrew Milner on the mound trying to pick up a win. Line shot up into center field for a base hit. Carter Hesselman is on.
And he just simply went where that pitch was and went with it, and he's on base.
That's a good job of hitting.
Yep.
Sometimes you take what the pitcher gives you.
Yep, he didn't try to do anything too fancy there, and it worked out for him.
Brings up Jonah Hansen. Hansen is 1 for 2, doubled, struck out, and drew a walk. Andrew Milner. He's at the belt, looks over at first, and delivers. It's outside for a ball. Milner delivers. Strike called on the inside corner.
That's a great pitch there by Milner. You're not going to get hurt there.
Hansen wasn't real sure about that one. 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That's outside for a ball. Nice stop that time by Cody Dayton. Dayton, for only his 2nd time playing catcher as a Cavalier, did a real nice job of, in fact, both times out, he's done a pretty nice job as a backstop. Ryan Bemnister heading out to have a chat on the mound, make sure Milner's okay. He's into his 5th inning of work. I think they're also discussing how they want to approach this hitter.
Bemnister has finished everything he had to say. Hanson ready at the plate. Milner delivers. Swung on and missed. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Red Sox down to their final strike. Milner delivers. Hanson had a notion but decided not to. So it's full count, traveling time now for Hesselman out on first base. Milner at the belt. Hesselman goes. Ground ball, high hopper over to second, and they beat it out. Milner was a little slow at getting over to the first base, and Andrew Rudd had to field that on a really high hop, which put them at a definite disadvantage. That's got to be a hit, and it is.
So the Cadott Red Sox are not going down quietly.
Cole Beckham is at the plate. Check swing. It was high for a ball.
Bemnister shouting words of encouragement for his pitcher.
Milner delivers. Line shot off the edge of the glove, and a run comes around to score. Nope, not quite. Ball gets away. And both runners advance.
Not sure why Milner wasn't backing up home plate on that one, but he wasn't.
So that's going to be a base hit with an RBI. And then the runners advance on an error. And that's going to be an error on the catcher. And up to the plate comes Eli Johnson. So score is now Cavaliers 8 and the Red Sox 4. First pitch is high for a ball. One ball, no strikes, 2 down. And the pitch. That one missed low. 2-0. Johnson walked, flew out to center, and struck out. Milner delivers. Line shot, foul down the left field line. It didn't fool anybody that time. That was well hit. Just pulled it a little too much. 2 balls and a strike.
You don't want to give this batter anything too good to hit.
No, looking back at the first game of this doubleheader, he went 2 for 3 in that game. Strike called on the inside corner, counts even at 2-2.
And I think Milner heard me. He threw that right on the inside corner.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down, 2 on. Once again, Red Sox down to their final strike. Milner at the belt. The 2-2 pitch. Inside. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Milner looking in. And the pitch. Fouled away at the plate.
It's going to be interesting to see what Milner throws here.
Count is still full.
And the payoff pitch. Fly ball out into center field. Luke Erickson standing there waiting for it, and this one is history.
Cavs win, Cavs win, Cavs win.
So the Cavaliers come away with a win by the score of 8-4 over the Cadott Red Sox, and we'll have a lot more information about this one when we get back and we do a little talking baseball. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Jason, let's go see your room.
How is it? Is it good?
Hey guys, it's me, Isabella Gomez, filling in for Smokey Bear because he's got more to say than just...
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Like, if you're outside enjoying a barbecue, don't let a hamburger distract you from fire safety. Make sure you aren't dumping your hot coals or ashes onto the ground because that could start a wildfire. So take wildfire prevention seriously and let's save the world one day at a time. Juntos con Smokey Bear, podemos hacerlo. Go to smokeybear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
Hey, can you chop the pineapple? Chop the
Nope. I'm high. How about I wash off the grapes?
Yes.
Okay.
You're already making good decisions when you're high.
I want tacos. Will you drive? I'm a little toasty.
Nope. I'm high. Let's order in.
Don't make an exception when it comes to driving. If you feel different, you drive different.
You've been watching NLWN-TV's presentation of Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball live on the Northern Light Webcasting Network. Stay tuned. Coming up next is Talkin' Baseball, with a look back at today's game. Time now for Talkin' Baseball, with a wrap-up of today's Eau Claire Cavalier baseball game, presented by Mama Squirrel's Cleaning and more. And now, back out to the ballpark.
Back here at Carson Park as the Cavaliers come away with an 8-4 win over the Cadott Red Sox in a game that was pretty critical for the Cavaliers as far as getting into those CRBL playoffs. Cavs get 8 runs, 9 hits, 2 errors, and the Red Sox had 4 runs on 8 hits and 2 errors. Winning pitcher Andrew Milner, he went 5 innings, gave up 1 run. It was an earned run on 5 hits, struck out 7, did not walk anybody. That's always a really good sign. And that raises his record to 4-2. The losing pitcher, Cole Backham, he went 4 2/3, gave up 6 runs. All 6 were earned on 5 hits, struck out 6, and walked 5. And there's the difference right there. Those 5 walks made a big difference. And we're going to have Cavalier manager Ryan Bemnister coming in here in just a moment. He sprints up here. This is a manager who gets here faster than any manager we've had in the past. So we have to forgive him if he's a little bit. He's even got his beer in hand already. This is well, Ryan, all that sweat and grief about how you were going to have to field the team today, and look what they went and did. 8-4.
8-4, huh? That's a win, right?
That's a win.
That's a win.
Diggity.
I don't know. How about you? We can get wins like that with missing 9 guys.
Maybe we want to do it again. Way more often.
No, I haven't slept for 2 days. Oh, yeah. From putting this one on the back burner from Father's Day to trying to get it moved from tonight because of the jam and guys being gone coaching. I'm still learning as a coach in the CRBL and stuff, and luckily Rick's a nice guy over there, and Cadott's got a great team, but he was like, hey, you can call guys up in July. They're called July call-ups. You can get 3 guys that cannot be on your postseason roster at all, but they can play through the month of July. So I made 35 phone calls and got 34 no's. One I got was Rudd, and he fielded great tonight. And then,
I was going to say, one of those guys lives at your house, and so he better say
he was the last one at it. Let's just put it that way. Once everybody said no, and I looked at Blake, and I'm like, dude, I know you play tennis, but could you just courtesy run for us, and maybe if there's an injury? And we almost had one out there with Millie. He's got a bad knee, and he didn't tell me about that until the 6th inning, so that was good. But all in all, I mean, bats came alive.
What a heck of a pitching performance by Andrew Milner coming in.
Yeah.
Came into a tied game. I mean, Lucas didn't do too badly, especially coming off a pretty short rest after going 4 innings a couple days ago. But Milner came in and, what do I have here? 5 innings, gave up 1 run, 5 hits, struck out 7, didn't walk anybody. That's pretty critical.
Yeah. I talked about this earlier today about the walks and stuff with certain teams that we played and stuff. And we want to limit the walks and live in the zone. And I told Milner, I said, hey, your defense is going to be good behind you. We got 80% regulars out there. So just live in the zone, trust your defense, let them take care of it for you. And if he lives there, I mean, there ain't no Major League Baseball players on any of these rosters in the CRBL. I'm sorry. So there ain't one guy that's going to burn you every time he comes up the bat. So if you live there, you're going to get outs every inning, and that's what he did. And that's what our pitchers need to realize, and that's going forward. I hope that's what they do.
And it was kind of nice because we've talked about this before with Andrew Costley and or Lucas Costley, and the times that he comes to the plate. Milner came up. He never gets to bat. And he laces a base hit. It's an RBI single. He eventually comes around and scores. That's a pretty full game for him.
That was a 2-out RBI, by the way.
Yes.
To break the tie. It was 3-3 at that point. So
yeah.
We knew it. I mean, the approach was to get Millie to the plate that inning because it was 2 outs already. So we really needed him getting that bat that inning because I don't want to lead off an inning with a pitcher that doesn't bat very often. And he just went out there and hit the ball. I mean, he hit that second one. He tagged pretty good too.
And he set the table because all of a sudden things started happening. Our Geno's player of the game, Ben Boda, came up next and got on base, and then lo and behold, before we knew it, he was standing at third, and and boom, we get another run scored, and hey, we can go out and have appetizers tomorrow out at Geno's.
I like it. I like that a lot. we had everybody reach base today except for one kid, I believe, and we pulled that kid right away. Kroll. I mean, we added Ashton to our roster. He played left field for us for a couple innings. Did what he knew what his job was. Got in at bat, put it in play. I didn't reach base, but hey, that's what you do. A kid hasn't seen a baseball in a year and a half, comes out in a CRBL game and plays a good left field and puts a ball in play against a really good pitcher that Bacham was. Same thing with Rudd, doing that same thing. That he had 3-4 good at bats there, walked a couple times, scored a run. Everybody did a job tonight.
One of the things I've got to hand it to your batters is the patience they showed tonight, because you said Bacham's a good pitcher, and he is.
Yeah.
But he did have some control problems tonight, and your guys didn't help him at all.
Nope. Their approach at the plate has been amazing the last 7-8 games, we'll say. And that's kind of one of these things where you want going into the stretch of the season where you need to win a few games. And we focused on 4 games the rest of the year. We need to get 4 wins. This is one of them. And I told those guys tonight, I said, we got our 1 here. Now let's go get the next one. Let's go get the next one. It takes 4 to get to the CRBL playoffs. We know what we have to do. The approach at the plate is perfect right now. They're playing out of their minds. They're playing like Cav baseball right now, and actually the last few league games they've been playing like Cav baseball.
And this is what you've said a couple weeks ago. You even said, "Hey, we just have to get hot at the right time," and it looks like maybe that's trying to happen.
You betcha. I mean, hey, if it takes getting hot, having usually our number 9 hitter bat 2 and our number 7 hitter bat 4, and the guy hasn't played baseball in 2 years, and the guy that plays tennis. If it takes that to fire these guys up, and those guys after the game, I mean, all the older guys were like, "You guys better show up to every game. Good luck charms. Bats are going hot. Everybody's playing well. Everybody's on a high. Let's keep it together. Let's keep it rolling."
Just let me know if somebody's starting to put hats for bats on.
Okay, I can do that.
But I mean, yeah, you're right. Cody Dayton usually bats 9th. When he's in the lineup, he bats down at the bottom. He went 2 for 2 today.
Look at his last 3 games. It's just Cole Time and I had a conversation in Wapaka. That was Cody's first appearance with us as in Wapaka. He played the field one game. He committed a couple errors. He was 0 for 3 that game or something like that. And Cole goes, "What are you doing, man? Who is this kid? Where'd you pick him?" I'm like, "Trust me. Trust me. He's a really good bat, and he'll do anything for you." And we've seen that. He played second now. He's caught for us 2 games. Non-conference and now a conference game. His bat is coming alive. I mean, he's not just 2 for 2. He's got like 6 hits in his last 10 at-bats or something.
His job behind the plate tonight was really good. There were a couple balls that got by him, but they were inconsequential.
Second baseman.
But in the times that mattered, he was a solid wall back there.
Yeah. And you can see he's got a good eye at the plate, all that kind of stuff. A kid like that's going to get his 5 games in for us for the CRBL and be ready for the WBA and be ready for the CRBL, playoffs, could be a dangerous bat there. If somebody goes cold, a pinch hit, something like that, because he's seeing the ball really well.
Now, Tyson Woodcock is another example. How long did we go in the year waiting for Tyson to get his first hit, and now all of a sudden you can't stop him?
I felt really bad about this. This is. I have a lot of faults. Let's just put it that way. But this is one of my major faults in baseball is where I look at a kid and I just can't. I can't be like, hey, because we had a guy in first. We had nobody out. Tie game. I'm like, baseball IQ should tell you bunt that guy over at second base. Put him at second, whatever. And I looked at Tyson. I could see the look in his eyes, like, please don't have me bunt, coach. My bat's hot right now, kind of thing. And
sure.
It's one of my faults, and I just kind of looked at him. You know what? I said it kind of weird. I said, you're hot. Go hit. We're good. And he's like, all right, I'll do a job. And unfortunately, he struck out, but it didn't come back to haunt us.
Right.
That kind of came back to haunt us in the Riverman game. First off, when I didn't make one batter do what he's supposed to do. But I had a feeling about tonight that our bats were going to come alive and we're going to score 6, 7, 8 runs. We ended up scoring 8, so it's great. I got to change my coaching philosophy when it comes to that, and I know I got to do that, and I got to grow up and learn. And these guys will understand. But it's one of those things when you have a hot bat like that, you can't really tell them. Just go hit, man. You just had a double. You just had to race them in the corner.
And I was wondering, there was a time, I think it was maybe it was Gabe O'Brien was at the plate, and with a 3. No, it was Redwine at the plate with a 3-0 count, and it was a situation where I thought, pitcher struggling. He's got to throw one over the plate right here. Are you going to turn him loose, or do you want him to take? And that's one of those where you have to kind of, if the guy's got a hot bat, you might give him the green light on that.
Let's make it very clear. If I want somebody not to swing, you will hear me say it up here. It's going to be very clear to the entire baseball field and players and fans. Other than that, I want these guys swinging. If they see a pitch they like, especially like Redwine, we talk about, that kid's got so much power. If he sees a fastball coming dead red, I mean, not to say, Redwine, but I want him swinging. Okay?
Sure.
Walk is great, but that kid can hit the ball.
And you have to use some common sense as a hitter. It's got to be really in the sweet spot for you.
And I can put these guys in a lineup. I can put them in positions like that, but those guys have to use their baseball IQ, and they got to learn. They're young. I'll roll them along. I'll teach them along and things like that. But at bats like that, they got to learn, and they got to do what's right. And these guys right now, they're doing everything right.
8-4. Good win tonight. It's going to really help out in the CRBL wild card race. And we've got La Crescent in a non-league game coming up on Sunday. That one could be a lot of fun.
Ooh, we're going to have a lot of fun, trust me.
Well, congratulations on the win tonight. And we will have more Talkin' Baseball right after this timeout on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome. Prediabetes does. 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, but with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. And you can change the outcome. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test today. Go to doihaveprediabetes.org.
And we're back here at Carson Park talking baseball after a Cavalier win 8-4 over the Cadott Red Sox. Ben, your thoughts on that one?
2 things. Number 1, I want to congratulate Caden Erickson on his 100th at bat on the season. Congratulations, Caden Erickson. And number 2, the Cavs did a great job of getting base runners on base and bringing them to the plate to score. So pretty much those are the 2 thoughts I had on the game. Back to you, Rick.
Oh, okay. So the Cavaliers come out on top 8-4, and that sets them up for kind of a fun game on Sunday against the La Crescent Cardinals, and a chance to get a little revenge for doubleheader sweep that the Cardinals pulled on the Cavaliers. And of course, we're going to have that for you. So make sure you join us on Sunday right here on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and NLWN-TV as we bring you the Cavaliers as they step out of CRBL play to take on the La Crescent Cardinals. And it's from right here at Carson Park. Coverage begins at noon with the In the Dugout show, followed by all the play-by-play action. Join us tomorrow on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and NLWN-2 as we bring you the Eau Claire Cowboys as they wrap up their 2023 regular season football schedule when they travel to Verona to take on the Madison Mad Dogs. Coverage begins at 2:30 with Cowboy kickoff, followed by live play-by-play action. The Eau Claire Cavaliers want to remind veterans of the United States military that they can get a lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games simply by coming to Carson Park with your veterans identification, and the Cavaliers will be happy to issue you your free lifetime pass. It's the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service. Today's Geno's player of the game was Ben Boda, and Ben scored a run. Let's see, what was it? 5th inning. Ben Boda scored in the 5th inning, and that means when you go out to Geno's tomorrow, you mention Ben Boda's name and get a free appetizer for your table. You're limited to one per table, but thank you, Ben Boda, for that, and thank you to the nice folks out at Geno's Pizza. Today's Eau Claire Cavalier baseball game has been brought to you by Geno's Pizza, right next to Action City near the intersection of Highways 93 and I-94. Midwest Environmental Consultants, lawn care and soil testing experts for Western Wisconsin. The Goat Coffee House at 336 Water Street for good coffee and great sandwiches. Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax, comfort food the way Mom used to make it. Menominee Eye and Optical with quality personalized care for you and your family. Mama Squirrels Cleaning and More, ready to get your house sparkling. Your Napa Auto Parts store at 3580 Mall Drive in Eau Claire. Slayton's Technology Service, the official IT provider for the Northern Light Webcasting Network, and Royal Credit Union, where they're different in a good way. Be sure to thank these sponsors for bringing you Eau Claire Cavalier baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. So for Ben Ryder and Cassie Johnson-Nelson and Jeremy DeGrosse, this is Rick Olson. That final score, once again, Cavaliers 8 and the Cadott Red Sox 4. You're tuned to Talkin' Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
You've been watching Talkin' Baseball, a wrap-up of today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. This has been a production of NLWN-TV.